The Customs and Immigration Union, which represents CBSA personnel, such as frontline border officers, has long highlighted critical insufficiencies affecting Canada's border services, the majority of which can be linked to issues of mismanagement. As National President of the Customs and Immigration Union, I am glad to be here once again to assist you in your important study. Due to the events unfolding south of us, this past year has brought our shared border with the United States into sharp focus. And I would like to start by commending the current government for its willingness to tackle border issues head-on. We were particularly pleased to see the Liberal leadership commit to hiring an additional 1,000 border officers, which, while short of the 2,000 to 3,000 that we estimate our borders ultimately need, will nevertheless be a strong start toward reinforcing our border infrastructure. I personally look very much forward to the fulfillment of this commitment. With that said, the day-to-day reality at CBSA remains bleak. Training facilities are lacking to truly ramp up the hiring of fully trained border officers. The number of students working in frontline roles at airports has more than doubled in the last 15 years. CBSA persists in staffing workplaces with managers, while frontline officers still have to contend with toxic local management. The agency continues to score at the very bottom of the Federal Public Service Employee Satisfaction Survey, and upper management remains wholly disconnected from daily frontline operations. The disconnect from upper management is perhaps what is most frustrating to our members. CBSA appears content to be in the back seat when it comes to frontline border law enforcement operations. This was most apparent with the launch of the federal government's border security plan at the beginning of this year, which could have been an opportunity for the government to revisit and expand the role of frontline border officers by allowing them to assist the RCMP in patrolling between ports of entry. Rather, the feeling amongst border officers is that they were essentially told to sit tight while everybody else, not only RCMP officers, but provincial police forces without even the proper legislative authority to enforce federal legislation, were called in to help. Indeed, it has become very apparent that there is a complete lack of trust on the part of the front line towards CBSA's upper echelons. The general feeling is that those who are in a position to direct the agency do not have the best interest of the front line at heart. This sentiment is not only reinforced by CBSA's recent decision to perform a blanket review of accommodation agreements across the country, which appears to be designed to push out seasoned officers who, while they cannot carry firearms, bring valuable law enforcement experience. The message from our employer is clear: we do not care about you and will show you the door should you be injured. At the end of the day, it seems like the Canada Border Services Agency has chosen to focus entirely too much on the services part of its name at the expense of what should be its primary mission, ensuring the security of our border and protecting Canadian communities. Too often does this agency choose to invest in automated technology designed to replace, not help, the officers who play an instrumental role in interdicting dangerous goods and criminals. I've said it before and will say it again: no one will ever self-declare that they are bringing in illicit goods or that they are breaking the law. Human interaction is always paramount. What's worse, when this technology designed to facilitate fails, as it did just a few days ago at airports and land borders across the country, it causes delays that could be avoided with adequate staffing, hampering the very service aspect the agency seeks to pursue. Ultimately, a strong, properly managed border requires bold decisions. By promising to hire 1,000 additional officers, the government has signaled that it is ready to make such decisions, but more is needed. Canada must invest in the people who protect our front line. We need to allow our frontline border officers to fulfill their legal mandate. We need to invest in CBSA training infrastructure to ensure that we can continue to meet future challenges head-on, both at and away from the front line. And we need a border services agency that is equipped to properly manage itself so it can better manage our border.